So I'm here at the restaurant, and as you can see, this is the area in which I want to go ahead and start shooting the food. And as I told you before, you can see where there's a lot of light that comes through this window. So I'm going to use a diffuser just to take care of the light right here at this window. Let me put it on split screen so I can show you guys what I'm really talking about. So what I want to do is I want to use this area right here to do the food. I like some of the items that the owner Adam has here that really brings it out really nice. And I think it'll be a nice little backdrop to it. And I might even use a table. I've used a table before. But as you can see, there's a lot of light that comes through this big window. It's a great window. The restaurant is actually just, it's just extremely gorgeous. I'm going to get a shot just like this right here because I think it'll look great for his website and for whatever else he wants to do with the images. So I'm going to go ahead and set up. I'm going to start by using the 50mm lens, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my a wide angle lens for the whole room setup. Right now they're preparing the food, and I'm going to bring it out and then we'll go ahead and get everything together. So as you guys can see, I already have my first recipe put here. So I've added this diffuser just to take away some of the light here, and because if I don't, it's pretty bright and you're really not getting the gist of it, and you're getting a lot of harsh shadows because of the way the sun is coming in. And I like the way this backdrop is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a shot, and I'm going to be at let me see, let's bring the ISO down a little bit to like 100, and so 2.8, we'll keep that, and I'll be at like 500th of a second. So we'll go ahead and take a shot of that real quick. Okay, let me see, make sure that it's good and sharp. Oh, yep, that is beautiful. It's real good and sharp. And I'm going to take another shot at an angle like this, and let's see what we get here. And I'm going to use flexible spot. Here we go. And let's take a nice shot right about there. Sometimes also too, when you're taking your shots, you want your shots to be kind of angled a little bit, and you also sometimes you have to take the whole food, just kind of crop it out a little bit. Alright, so he's already brought out the second dish, and as you can see, it's really looking succulent and looks real nice. Let me give a little light on it so that you can actually see it. Now remember, I told you the trick that if it seems to be going a little dry as you're trying to do the shoot, you can go ahead and add a little oil to it. But in this case, we don't need to because we're kind of moving really quick. So I'm going to go ahead and get another shot of this. Let me change lenses out real quick. Change the lens. So a lot of times you don't always want to just take a picture at an angle or anything. Sometimes the overhead is even better. So if you was taking food from, like, say, this angle right here, this is a good angle right here, is to do an overhead. So I'm going to use my 50mm and I'm going to do an overhead shot of this. There you go, America. That is it when it comes to food photography. I'm trying to make sure I stay in the light here so you guys can see me. When it comes to food photography, real simple, real easy, take your time, allows you to breathe. As I said, even though it's a project that I was doing for this restaurant's called Lily's Grill. It's a great restaurant right here in PA, Pottstown, Pennsylvania. You want to go to it. Very elegant food, as you can see. So like I said, it's very simple, very easy to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to edit one of the images at the end of the podcast. Right now. So right now in the studio, so that you can actually see how you would edit this, and to make it look really good and to present a nice product to your viewers. So I'll talk with, to your, not viewers, but well, actually, next product to your viewers, or people who come into his restaurant, or to your client. So I'll talk with y'all in just a hot second, right now in the studio. Okay, so I'm here in the studio, and I've decided to go ahead and just show you how I process just a couple of the images that I took while I was there at Lily's Grill. Okay, so looking down here, and you know what, it doesn't take a whole lot to actually process these images. They're real quick to do, and once you get in there and get everything done, hey, no problem with it. I'll show you how to use the previous button to go ahead and add to the rest of your images. Okay, so let's get started. Alright, so we have our first image here. I'm going to utilize just these two images that I've chosen out of the bunch, and I'm going to go down here and let's do the white balance. I'm going to do daylight on this. It would add a nice little yellow cast. Then I'm going to bring down the highlights, and I'm going to bring up the shadows, and notice how that opened up everything right there. I can open it up some more if I want, but I'm not too much. Let's bring down the highlights just a little bit. There we go. Okay, then I'm going to hold down the Alt key and see if I got some white pixels already showing, so I'm going to actually go back a little bit. And on the blacks, I'm going to take it back until I get a little bit of silhouettes there. Okay, and on the exposure, I'm going to go ahead and take it up just a little bit, and on the contrast as well. All right, and I'm going to add just some more clarity. I'm going to plus 24 on the clarity and just a little bit of vibrance. Alrighty. And tone and curve, I'm going to go to medium. Alright, I like medium right there. That looks pretty cool. And on the hue and saturation, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the reds a little bit. And, actually, let me go to hue. I want to bring up the reds a little bit on the, little bit on the reds. There we go. Alright, and on the yellow, let's add just a little bit of yellow. And on the lime, on the green, I said on the lime, let's bring the green up a little bit too and punch that up. Okay, that's looking pretty good right there. Now, let's go down to the details. I got a good, pretty good detailed image. So I'm going to bring the sharpening up to about maybe 70, maybe about 80. And I hold down the masking, everything. Remember, that is not in silhouette will not be sharpened. So everything that is in silhouette will be sharpened. So I got that looking pretty good so far, guys. I like what I'm seeing. Now, I got an area right here that's kind of blown out, and I don't like that area. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to grab a radial filter, and I'm going to reset everything. Make sure that this is on exposure. I'm going to go right here in this area with the radial filter, bring the radial filter in that area, and I want to bring out these edges. So all I'm going to do is bring down the exposure just a little bit and do a little bit of contrast, and that maybe a little yellow, a little warmth there, and that is perfect right there. So as you can see, I've only been working on this just a couple of seconds, and I pretty much got everything almost done. Now I want to centralize on this plate. I could do this. I'm going to grab a graduated filter, go here along the sides of the plate, right there, and I'm going to bring down the exposure just a little bit, and I'm going to come over here and do the same thing here, since I already got it picked out, just a little bit there, and let's go ahead and bring one right about here. Okay, there we go. Now that's centralized on that plate, and it's got everything centered. I like what I'm seeing. Okay, now for the second image, all I need to do is go over here, click on it, and hit previous. Bam, look at that. Everything looks great. Everything looks nice. Brought out the highlights. The lime is looking luscious. All of this. This is appetizing. I would choose this on my plate. So other than that, that's about it, guys. That's all it is to doing food photography. It's so much fun. And there's a lot of things that I could have did that if I'd had some more little props and things. And I did utilize some props. If you notice it, you'll see that this little green thing that I've added there, he had these little beads that were sitting there, and I put these beads on top of the plate, which made it look very, very appetizing and made it look very elegant. And that's what you want to do when it comes to food photography. So other than that, guys, I have nothing else. I know you're used to seeing me do a lot of street photography. I am going to be out there, but this time I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to introduce you guys to not just doing street photography and just shooting just random people, but we're going to actually pick people
and ask them, can we take the picture and do some street photography portraiture? Don't miss it next Tuesday. You guys don't miss it. Subscribe here so you won't miss it, okay? Big subscribe right here so you won't miss it. Also like this video. Go and check out my website. Follow me on Instagram, also on Twitter, and on Facebook. I will talk with you all later. Remember, as I always said, God bless you. If you can't say anything nice, stick a shoe in your mouth and keep it moving. God bless. Bye-bye.